I need a people's jury here. That's you, the listeners. Should this bloke get some money from a well-known corporate betting company, or should he just walk away and say, that's life? So I've got to declare up front that I'm a licensed bookmaker. I'm not a corporate bookmaker, but I am a licensed bookmaker. This particular firm were betting on a meeting at Pinjarra, and it goes back to Saturday the 10th of April. And what happened in Pinjarra is there's two circuits on the same track. One's called the new circuit, the Scarp, and the other one is the original circuit. Anyway, on the morning of the meeting, they decided that it was too wet to race on the new pad, so they decided they'd revert it to the old pad. And that's where it gets interesting, because people like Tim Gillick, he was a punter that was impacted, and he joins us online. Good afternoon to you, Tim.
Good afternoon, Millsy. How are you?
Very good. Now, you had a bet at that meeting, is that correct?
That's correct. I've got a family friend who owns a racehorse, had a little bit of success, and placed a bet on the day in question. It was an each-way bet for a win and a place. And, I placed the bet earlier that morning, and the horse came through, much to our delight, had a win. After the race was completed, I logged on to just to see what the payout figure would be, only to be notified by the betting agency that my bet had been cancelled.
Right. Now, the horse in question was a horse by the name of Fiery Bay. So what had happened was that the corporate bookmakers said, that meeting's abandoned, all bets refunded, you need to bet again. But if you weren't looking at the website or you weren't looking at your bet app, then you wouldn't even know. You're arguing that they should have notified you.
Yeah, that's correct. So I basically set the bet, and I'm not a big punter, but I've got this family friend who owns a few racehorses over in Perth and WA. But I guess the issue I've got is that the horse has had a win, and I had no prior knowledge other than after logging on to the betting account to advise that my bet had been cancelled due to the track change. The
race went ahead, and the horse won, but obviously you weren't on because your bet was cancelled. Now, you wrote to the corporate bookmaker concern, which I have a copy of, and you basically started your case and said, look, in case of fairness, you should honour the bet. What response did you get?
Yeah, just as a goodwill gesture, I wrote to them, asked that they should at least honour the winnings, and just saying that at the very least, if there's a change like there was, that we should receive some form of notification. I wrote to them just expressing my concerns. They wrote back to me just saying, look, thanks for your concerns, but just as a goodwill gesture, we've given you $20 of bonus credit to use towards another bet that's been credited to your account.
You're only one of many that would have been impacted by this decision. It's not so much the money, it's the principle of it. Is that what you're arguing?
Correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah, it wasn't a huge bet. However, the payout figure was more than what I should have been credited. Yeah, I just feel like I've been hard done by, and at the very least, they should send some kind of notification to the punters just to give them a heads up so that they can readjust their bet. It's not like the race didn't go ahead. The race still went ahead, and the money that my horse was on, the horse won.
Well, it wouldn't send them broke if they paid you out. They're a massive corporate bookmaker. We will put the inquiry in this interview to them and see what response we get, but we'll put it out to the jury right now. Should Tim be paid or suck eggs, Tim? You can give us a ring right now. 133 882, 133 882. Keep us in the loop, Tim.
No worries, Millsy.
Well done. Tim Gisick there, and he's the punter in concern. Now, he may not even punt, but, from an equity point of view, should he be paid out? I mean, I also know for a fact that other agencies did pay out. So it seems a bit unusual. You might have an opinion on that. 133 882, 133 882, and you can also text 0487 999 882. Just while we wait for your calls, Johnny from Hillary, right, Millsy, Bitcoin has beautifully started making its second big run to the predicted 100,000K. That's in US dollars by the end of the year. That's incredible. Our governments need to start buying it while it's still a very, very tiny low price. The countries that do not have Bitcoin in the future will simply be left behind, and there is none left to mine. It becomes the universal fair currency. Countries like China, Russia and India are ahead of us, and we need to get in front of the ball. We need to get our hands on any Bitcoin that we can get as a country. Johnny from Hillary's. I think most people probably don't understand it. But, if the government said as an election issue, one of our policies is we're going to buy as much Bitcoin as we can get our hands on, whether that's an election winner or not. I'm not too sure, Johnny, but you put it out there. Happy to take commentary on it. 133 882. All right, should Tim be paid or not paid? Josh, hello.
How are you?
Consider your verdict, Josh. What do you think?
Look, I think he should be, but it raises a bigger question of if an AFL game, if you're betting on it, let's say you put $100 on one of these footy teams to beat the other one and they change venue, like what's happened in that horse race, then I haven't heard that they've scrapped that. I think they still go ahead with it, don't they?
Righto, so you're saying pay. Thank you, Josh. Josh is the foreman of the panel with his commentary there. He's quite right about venue changes. It seems to be that they change the rules to suit themselves. Phil, hello.
Yeah, g'day, Millie. I think it should be paid. I mean, the race did go ahead, and so what? The change from one track to the next track. It's paid. Just pay the guy. Simple.
I think the other thing too, it was the same venue. I mean, if they moved it from Pinjarra to a different track like Northam, then maybe you would say, okay, well, there's some reason to abandon bets. That's in their rules and regs. I think there's a moral obligation here as well. Thank you very much. Let's go to Pearl. Hello, Pearl.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I agree with the last caller. Absolutely. They are obligated, took the man's money for a bet.
Yeah.
Simple as that is a basic transaction. So many, bigger corporations like Telstra and Coles flout the rules, but the consumer corporation, Consumer Protection, has no real pull.
Yeah.
So they can, but the little doesn't get away with this.
No, that's true. In the interest of in fairness and equity, I haven't named the corporate bookmaker. I probably will tomorrow once I get a response from them one way or the other. But for the sake of the exercise, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe it was just an oversight. But I kind of agree with you. I mean, the thing about it, if you are a member of these corporate bookmakers, which I am, they have no hesitation in emailing you or texting you to say you've got a bonus bet or this is happening. So you would think that in the case of them cancelling a bet, they should notify you because they have the ability to do it. Bill, hello.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Good.
Hey, mate, I've been in a similar situation to you. I remember you saying one time that you had one of these corporate bookmakers refuse to take punts from you anymore because you were doing too good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, I've had a couple of them do that to me, mate.
Yeah.
And, one of them started questioning me as to the origin of my funds and was going, I said at one stage, I said, look, it's come from the sale of a property. And they wanted to know where the property was and, they were just going through the motions of trying to annoy the hell out of me so that I would then cancel my account. I'd only been with them for a week and had a couple of big bets and a couple of big wins, and they decided, we don't want this bloke. He's going to take money from us.
So what they do, Bill, is they hide behind the money laundering provisions, which they're entitled to do because that's what Crown are in the manual for at the moment because they didn't actually go through and check. So they do have an obligation to make sure that you're not money laundering. But when they use it as an excuse not to let you on and you're not a money launderer, that's probably where it gets a little bit angsty. New South Wales have changed the regulation where they say if you want to bet on our product, you've got to bet them to win X number of dollars, just the same as I have to. If I stand on a stand at a racetrack, I've got to bet you to win so much money. That would be the fairest thing. That's a totally different issue, but I accept that. Thanks for your call. So the jury so far supports Tim being paid. We'll also point that out to the corporate bookmaker concerned.